Director Dow, yesterday I brought up the ambulance collections. It looks like they're up, and you indicated, just want the rest of my colleagues to be aware that collections are up. It seems that the new vendor that we have in place is finding their stride, and collections are up in that regard. Is that correct?
That's correct, and as I said yesterday, the team in finance who took over the claims that our previous vendor couldn't handle has done a great job in going and getting from Medicare, Medicaid, private insurance funds from those sources as well.
Appreciate that. It looks like the transition has worked out pretty well. My second question is, I guess, more general, or maybe a comment, that I just want to remind my colleagues that I know there's a lot of discussion about, upcoming budget challenges, and at this point, there's not any firm proposals on the table from the administration, but these are, opportunities for discussion, and I hope that, and as I mentioned yesterday, perhaps, through Councilman Costello and chairmanship of Budget and Fiscal Affairs, as well as co-chairs, Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis and Martin as well, that we do have opportunities or a platform so we could further flush some of those ideas out, and that council members as well can engage. I know the administration would be open if you want to send a memo or information or ideas about cost-saving ideas. They're open for that thoughtful discussion to see what other opportunities are available. So there is ample opportunity for us as council members to engage in the process early and to offer any suggestions. And if we need any data to figure out what the cost savings would be or the impacts, now's the opportunity to start doing that, so we could have all that information handy so we can make the appropriate decisions before we get into the budget process next year. So I'm just trying to raise awareness so we could get this process started early, and we could all have skin in the game and make the difficult decisions that are coming our way. So, Mayor, is that accurate?
Good point. Good point, Mayor Pro Tem Gonzalez. We intend. It is the administration's responsibility to present a balanced budget and budget options. This month's presentation was just the first step. We intend to lay out a range of options, including options that we do not intend to propose, and we stated that in Mr. Dow's presentation. For example, pension obligation bonds are one way to deal with pension payments, but we do not believe that is a proven option. However, we don't hide options from council members, but council members have the opportunity. Actually, the reason that we have a weekly council comment section at the end of the council meeting is for council members to raise substantive issues that they'd like to see addressed. During the monthly budget and fiscal affairs meetings, a council member, we present the MOFAR. It is entirely appropriate for a council member at that point to request an analysis, a financial analysis of some money-saving item that they think would be appropriate. And then we will continue as an administration each month kind of funneling into what our actual proposal is to balance that $140 million budget gap for next year. Thank you. Councilmember Pennington.
Thank you, Mayor. Since you're on the subject of projected budgets, I brought up at the Budget and Finance Committee meeting yesterday as a comment on the cost of the proposed Criminal Justice Center that we should have a comprehensive budget, I think, before we start talking about constructing that, because it's a $300 to $500 million project. The annual cost, as you well know, is $30 to $50 million a year. So I don't think we can engraft that on what we're doing without either raising more money or reallocating the money we have. So I hope that's part of your process, and I presume it will be.
Yes, sir. Further questions or comments from council members? Councilmember Costello.
Thank you, Mayor and colleagues. Good morning. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the monthly financial report for the period ending June 30th, 2014, and the quarterly swap and quarterly investment reports ending June 30th, 2014.
Second. Moving to a vote. Favoring? Opposed? Motion carries.